design a menu like this for the website. It is done with the help of HTML and CSS only. I'm using these icons from Google Material Icons, not the Foundation icons. Let's start doing it. I have the HTML file over here. Sorry. Within the HTML, I have linked the CSS files and the Google icons file, the links, CDN link. And within the CSS, I have linked the offline version of these icons, some adjustments to the body and the header. Now, within the header, first we need to create the header, as I'm going to do everything within the header. We'll give it a class name of header as well. Since it looks easy, but this is really hard to do. This thing is hard to achieve, so it will take a long time. For that purpose, I have to speed up the video. Section, call it icons, top bar, makes sense. Create another section, call it main. We are first going to work on the main section. Within the main section, now we need to create some articles. Let's create first article. The first article should have this much over here. Sorry, ARTIC article, call it main icons. Within the main icons, now we have to create these things. I am going to make a div maybe for this purpose. Div, we need to put two things within this div. Let's call this just a div. Within the div, we need to add the icons. First, we have the dashboard icon. I have already copied these icons from the Google Material Icons, so I do not have to look for them and waste your time. After this tab, we need a P thing. It's a dash, BOARD, dashboard. What I'm going to do, I will duplicate this div 3 times. Shift option down arrow. Instead of chart, here we need ext and SIN extension. Over here we need account circle. After the article is the main icons. Let's write it after this P. We need to write something support, SUPPORT, support. After this, again we need to do the same thing. I will just copy it, paste it over here. What icon do we need over here? It's going to be this icon, that is the sticky note to this one, STICKY. That is giving me the suggestion. What else? It's not going to be a dashboard. What is the name of this thing? It is GUI, the guide. Duplicate it once more. This is going to be, it is going to be a contact support, CONTACT, contact. It is giving me the suggestion. What is the name of this thing? It is help center, help and TS center. Above the guide, what we have? Settings. No. Oh, it should not be settings. User. Anyway, no problem. Integrations. Integrations. Do not worry about the spells. That's not important. Now, what we need to do after within this section only, after this article, we need to create a horizontal divider, just an HR. Create another article, call it plan. You can see within the plan, now we need to create some divs. First, let's create this div for the top plan. Makes sense. Within this, we need to create some divs again. Left plan. Within the left plan, what we have? One P icon that says free plan. One more P icon it's not a icon, it's just an element, whatever. Views, makes sense. Within this top plan, yes, within this top plan, now we need to add what? A button. It is up, GRADE, upgrade, makes sense. Now within this article plan, I am going to create a new article. Yes, article, call it, what is this thing? It's views, VIEWS, views. Within this, let's create a div, VIEWS top. What we have over here, p element that says views, again a p element, some thousand is fine. After this, within the div views only, we need to create another div that should be named bar, make sense. Within this, we need to add two things. A span of class should be light bar, the next span should be blue bar, make sense. After this, add a p element, month, monthly usage, monthly usage, resets at, what is resets in 10 days, just anything. After this article, create another article, give it log out. What we need over here, just an icon and the text. This is the icon, then p tag, log out. That's all with the HTML. Server is running. I will stop and restart it. Here it is right now, what we can see. I will start styling this. The name of this thing is main. This is the main section, main. Yes, let's make it background color to be white. Its width should be 24% of the width, VW. Height can be auto, not a problem. It's let's start styling the individual elements now. Within the main, first we have main icons. Main icons have divs. Okay, main icons, let's call it display flex. What happens? Main icons, display flex, that doesn't make much sense. I will just write the div. Within main icons, whatever is a div should be displayed as flex. Does that make some sense? Yes, that makes sense. Also, give some padding at the top of 20 pixels. Each one of them will have this padding now. Padding top, padding left, padding at the left of 20 pixels. Make sense? Yeah, not a problem. The text is not getting that padding. Why? We need to do that as well. Within the main icons, every p element should have padding to the left of 20 pixels. 20 pixels. Support. Why support is like this? Why this support is repeated twice? It should not be like that. I have done some mistake with the HTML file. Let me see. I have written the support once more here. Get rid of this thing. Reload it again. It seems fine now, but 20 is a huge value, I think, here. Also, within the main, I will reset the font size to be 0.8 EMs. Also, I will change the font family to Roboto sans serif. Make sense? Yes. They should be aligned in the center. Align items in the center. That's fine, seems so. Yes. This B element, margin left, should have margin at the top of 20 pixels. Yeah, that makes sense. I can lower down its opacity, maybe 0.7. How does that feel? That feels nice, but everyone is inheriting that value. Let's not do that. Okay, now that 20 top is a huge value. Let's go with 16, maybe 14. Why these things are not aligned? That okay, I should not give this to the divs. And the P have a different value, divs have a different value. Margin top, I will just remove this. It seems fine now. P should have a margin top. I will style that later on. Okay, now we are done with this section. Let's start styling the plan section. Dot plan. What we need to do within the plan, what is this section? We are done with this article, that is main icons somewhat. Now we are going to work on the plan, then top plan, left plan. Plan. What should be with the plan? It should be display flex. I'm going to use flex a lot to align the things nicely. Does that make any difference? Not much. Then what we have? Top plan. Top plan. Yes. What should be there? Display flex. Flex. That's fine. Then what's the next class? Left plan. Dot left, left plan. Display flex again. Now free plan. Okay, what is this thing? These two elements are within the left plan, so left plan should have the justify content space between. Why it is not taking the whole space? What is this top plane coming from? Sorry, top plane flex direction should be column. That's not working as I want it. What's the problem? What is the problem? It should be a row like this, but where is this text happening? Within the left plan, it should be display flex. What is this? Left plan. Yes, flex direction has to be column. Now that makes sense. Within top plan now. Yes, top plan, justify the content space between. It is still not working. Why? Why it is so? Top plan, why it is not working? Why it is not working? Why it is not getting distributed? Top plan, top plan, top plan, top plan. Yes, within. Okay, I will go this way. Within the plan, that thing is not working. What's the problem? Top plan, display. Flex direction has to be row. Yes. Space between. What if I give it some width? Width 100%. Yes, that was the problem. We need to put some padding. How about 14 pixels? Top and bottom and all those things. That makes sense. Yes. Free plan and the views. But still there is a problem. If I reload this page, okay, what is happening here? We are fine. That's also fine. We need to style the button now. Where is this button? Does it have any class name? It doesn't have. It is within the top plan. Within the top plan, whatever is a button. Top plan, there's a button button. Its background color should be blue. Border radius should be 8 pixels. Its border should be none. Padding should be 4 pixels. Let's see what happens now over here. Yes, somewhat it is getting nice. 12 pixels. We need to change the color of the text. We'll make it white. That makes sense, but it is still not very nice. Padding can be a large value. Still not very nice. How about 12 pixels? Seems nice. Yes. What is the next thing we are going to do? If I check this image now, this whole thing, that is the plan, should have some padding at the bottom of 16 pixels or 20 pixels maybe. I should be checking it over here. Makes sense. Now the views and those things, where are they? These text values should be distributed along the whole width. Views, then views top. Okay, VIEWS top. Display flex. Justify content space between. Align items in the center. That makes sense. Also, we need to give some padding. 14 pixels should work fine. That's nice. What's the other thing? We have not added the horizontal bars and dividers. I can take care of that thing later on. And then we have this. What is the thing? It is a bar. Within the bar, we have light bar and blue bar. Have IGST light bar. What's with this thing? Width 90%. Height, how about 4 pixels? Border radius 50%. Background color light blue. Let's see what happens now. Nothing. Why? I don't know. Width can be, how about 300 pixels? Does it make any difference? No. Why? No idea. Light bar within the bar. Is it showing its face anywhere? No. LIGST light bar. Have we given it some padding? No. Let's skip some padding of 4 pixels. Yes, you can see it now, but it is not wide enough. Why? we need to give some values to the parent element. Let's call the display flex. That should be enough. Now why it is not height width 300 is a lot value. 200 pixels. Height should be 2 pixels. Border radius, that's such a stupid value. We do not want to make it a circle. 2 pixels, or maybe 4 pixels. Now we can increase its width to 280. Makes sense. What's the thing over here? It should be placed in the center. What is the thing that we are going to do for that? We are going to use the margin. 2% at the top and bottom, auto left and right. Now you can see it is placed nicely in the center. We have to superimpose one more image above this thing. That is blue bar. Just copy all these values, paste them over here. Instead of light blue, it should be darker value, darker blue. It's not blue, this is purple. That's fine. Its width should be how much? How about 200 pixels? But it should be aligned to the left. Let's call it display flex, justify content, flex start. Let's see if that works. That didn't work. Why? No idea. No idea. What will I have to use? I can use the positioning. Yes, its position should be absolute left 2 pixels. Does that make sense? Yes, that makes sense. How about 0 pixels? Maybe minus 8 pixels. Still not working. Minus 14 pixels. Why I'm not using the right value? Alright, 10 pixels. Let's see what happens now. I have to repeat this thing again. Left minus 20 pixels. How about 24 pixels? Oh, that's fine. The top value should be minus 2 pixels. Oh, that's stupid. Why it is giving me the problem? Because bar has to be given the position of relative. Now you can see this value is huge. We have to use small value here now. Not even that. Why? Maybe 10 pixels. How about 20 pixels? And now maybe 30 pixels. Kind of working. I'm not going to use a number like that. Top. How about 0 pixels? Now that's so nice. Now this whole bar should have what? Should have some padding in the bottom of 20 pixels. Since the container's height is automatic, so it is getting adjusted nicely whenever it is needed. Now also the top thing, that is the main or the plan. Yes, the main. It should have some padding at the bottom of how about 24 pixels. No, not so. Not the main. Main icons, main div. How am I going to adjust this? Okay, HR, first HR. Just write it like this. Within HTML, every HR element should have margin to the, where do we need? margin to the bottom of 14 pixels. Does that make any sense? Not much. Margin top, that makes sense. Also its opacity should be 0.3. That seems lovely. Do we need? Yes, we will need to create it again. What is the next thing that we have to do? We have to adjust the p element after this thing within the bar, div class bar, no div class, article class views. Within views, the last p element. Let me try it. Dot views views. How about the adjacent child? How does that work? Its color should be red. Let's see if that works. Oh, that's not working. No. Oh, that's working. So lovely. How should this be placed? I will give the margin value at the top and bottom. How about 8 pixels? And the automatic for the left and right, so it is placed. No, it is not. 8 pixel auto. How are you going to do this now? Call it display flex, justify content in the center. Does that work? Yeah, that's nice enough. But why is there such a huge margin at the bottom? Yeah, doesn't matter, keep it like that. After this we need we need a HR over here. We can see that HR is over here now. Now the HR, I have styled this already, the HR element. This HR element should have one more thing, that is the padding. Padding to the bottom side of 20 pixels. Why? No. Within the HR, every margin at the top, margin top of this value, margin bottom of 14 pixels. Let's see if that works. Seems so. How about 20 pixels? That's nice. Now we need to style this power out thing. It is within the logout. Go and style this thing. log or ut out. Display flex. That's enough for this. We need to give some padding. What's the padding now? About 14 pixels. Same so. Align the items in the center. That's nice. Color should be red. Now within the logout, we have a v value. It should have some padding to the left side of 14 pixels. That's nice enough. I think we have done this. What is the problem now? The support text, that is the p text, is not looking nice. We need to style it somewhat differently. What will be that style? This p element. This p element is over here. Monthly resets, monthly. Have I closed some section? Support. This is the p element. Why don't I give it a class name? Class support support text. Now this support text support support text, what should it have? It should have some padding at the top of 20 pixels. That seems nice. Hope this is done. I think we have to now style the top section. Top section. Okay, let's skip this whole main. Where is the main? Hide auto. Have I given it some margin value? No, not a problem. What is left to do? Now we have to work on this section, that is the top bar. Within the top bar we have some icons. First icon is the search icon. Let's add this icon. If I can see how long the video has gone, I have been filming it for long. Don't worry. After this we need to create one more, that is bell. I will create an article, give it the class of bell. Within the bell we need to add the bell icon. Here is that icon. Now we need to add one more thing. That's going to be a span. Let's go, no, it's going to be a p element. Within this p element we have to add 2. How about span? Span dot badge, give it a value of 2. After this we need to add another article, call it PRO profile. Within the profile we have to add an image. For the image I will add a div, give it a class of img. I'm going to add the image through CSS, not like this. What we need, another span, call it green, that will be a green dot. What else? We need to add one more icon. That icon will be the drop down arrow, draw kind of arrow. And that's all. We have done this also. Now we need to style this top bar. Okay, top bar. Let's do it over here. Top bar display flex. That's understood. Its width should be how much? 20 BW works. That's fine. How the content should be aligned? Justify the content. Space around works fine. That's nice. Align the items in the center. That's fine. Now we need to style the img. Give it a background image. URL. To access a folder, press the /. Now we are going to add this image. Background repeat, no repeat. Background size cover, so that this image fits within a small box like this. Width of 28 pixels, height of 28 pixels, border radius 50%, no problem. What else we need to do? This seems fine. If I reload the page, you can see an image has shown up. What we need to do now, we need to add that green button, dot green. Its background should be green. It should have a padding value of 4 pixels. What else? It should have a width of 6 pixels, height of, why I'm doing this, border radius of 33 pixels, just a big large value. Why that didn't work? Why that is like a whole bell? Within the bell we have to, within the profile, to the profile we have to give some styling dot pro file profile. Just make it display flex. Now the dot is appearing. What we need to do is give some position of the parent should be relative, and the position of this element should be absolute. How are we going to do this now? From the top, it should be 2 pixels. About 12 pixels. Why I'm trying the top? Why can't we bottom 2 pixels? How about 0 pixels? No, 0 pixels. Make sense? To the right, 10 pixels, 3 pixels, 0 pixels, or maybe minus 2 pixels, minus 6 pixels. That makes sense. Or maybe minus 4 pixels. Nice enough. But is left to do the 2. The class of that thing should be badge, badg, badge. Its background color should be red. What else? Font size should be 0.6. What else? The color of the text should be white. What else? It should have some padding of 4 pixels. What else? Should have border radius. Yes, 33 pixels, just a large value. Let's see what happens now. It is not rounded. What's the problem? We have to give styling to the parent. The parent of this thing is bell. Yes, style the bell dot bell bell. Just display flex. Still not working. Why? Let's give it some width of 4 pixels, height of 4 pixels. Does that work? That works, but the text is not aligned in the center. So text align in the center, display flex, justify content in the center, align items in the center. Let's see if that works. That works, but the text is very small. We need to increase the padding to a large value, maybe 8 pixels. That's not working. That should work. That's fine, I think. We can further decrease the font size, maybe 5. We have to increase the padding. That's fine. We need to change its position. You can see we have to put it over here. You can see now this image is not aligned to the center. What is the problem? Why they are not aligned? Have I given some margin to the image? This image, this whole thing, that is the top bar, should have a margin at the bottom of 20 pixels. Now everything is fine, but we need to adjust that bell. Bell should have a position of relative. Now the badge should have a position of absolute to the left 2 pixels, 20 pixels, 16 pixels. That's nice. We need to make it smaller. Transform its scale to be 0.6. No, 8. Change this value to 18 or 12. And that's all. We have done this. Now what we need to do, the main. I know there are a lot of things that we can still do to make it beautiful, but hey, still that depends on you. You got the idea how to do this. Border radius should be 8 pixels. Does that work? And that works fine. We have pretty much done it, but the button has a radius, the border. We need to remove that border. Where is the button? I can just button. The border should be none, but it is still giving a border. Yeah, this is a default border. Border should be none. Yeah, it's fine. You got the idea how to create something like this. Hope that was of some help. The video is getting very long. I should make it small. Thank you. Have a great day.